Good morning. It's April 1st. What I'm going to tell you is not a joke. It's my impressions that right now the West is trying like hell to get their troops out of Mariupol. And as far as troops, I'm going to take a guess. NATO is in Mariupol. In other words, NATO's been fighting against Russia. Do you realize what that means or could mean? That means basically this is World War III. And the jackasses in Washington, D.C. are going to get us all killed. This is what happens when you allow this level of corruption to go on. It's your fault as well, and mine. Yeah, we're all in this one together. I mean, if it goes to the point where they use not just thermonuclear weapons, but the big bad things that break up continents. Oh, yeah. Here's my take on it, boys and girls. We have to throw the bastards out. And I'm not talking about just sacrificing this imbecile, motherfucking stupid president. This guy got us in so much trouble. I'm talking about going behind the scenes and arresting those bastards who aren't even in office who are running the country. That would be your former president, Barack Hussein Obama, and his buddy George Soros, and everybody else has been manipulating this stuff behind the scenes. George Soros said he was going to take America down if it was the last thing he did. That's what his mission is in life, is to destroy the United States of America. Now tell me, boys and girls, why do we allow that son of a bitch any place inside of this nation? I don't have a good answer for you on that. But right now, they've been doing their best to get those special forces out of Mariupol. I mean, they've got helicopter pilots going in at nighttime in death-defying sorts of raids, if you will, to extract those guys. And we're talking waves of helicopters. So what? They've got French? Oh, yeah. They got British? Oh, yeah. The Union Jack has been seen on a shoulder patch there. And undoubtedly, they got some American jackasses who want to be mercenaries. Maybe contractors? Most likely contractors. We can't allow this sort of shit to go on any longer. If we're really going to be the home of the free land of the brave and all that, we got to live up to it. And we haven't been doing a good job. And this political class that's running the country today, they all need to go. And I'm being real serious about that. What we need is the American Revolution 2.0. I don't want a civil war. Civil War 2.0, I don't like it. But we need a return to self-rule. The American Revolution was not a rebellion. For you folks that haven't been following me, the American Revolutionary War was a return to self-rule. It was an act of self-defense. For 4 years, our forefathers petitioned the King of England to protect them from the French and the Indians. We had no navy. We couldn't defend ourselves against French warships. And the French were antagonizing. Well, the French were hiring the Indians, bringing the Indians against us as well. And according to Vattel's Law of Nations, the king was obligated to protect his subjects. We wrote letters. We appealed. And he didn't give us anything. As a matter of fact, he gave us our independence, is what he gave us. And it was only years later, after we had succeeded in defending ourselves, that the king decided he wanted us back. And that's when he attacked us. And he used those Indians against us. And in case you ladies want to know, there was a triple bounty on long blonde hair. All other long hair, there was just a double bounty. So in other words, they targeted you. And if this country comes apart, that's what's going to happen again. They're going to target you. And you're too busy going toe-to-toe with the men saying how equal you are. how you have to be treated better. You want special privileges. You want to be a protected class. How can we protect you when you're going against us all the time? What happened to our warriors? What happened to our masculinity? Y'all pulled the rug out from underneath us. Oh, and your anti-gun shit? Oh, and you voted Barack Obama in for president. Sorry, ladies, it's all on you when it comes to this stuff. What I want to get to is that you got to arm yourself. And there's only two ways to do that. And one is with steel, with armaments, and the other was with knowledge, the Bible. Barack Hussein Obama was right about a few things. And on this, he was a genius. They cling to their guns and to their Bibles in the middle of the United States of America. There's good reason for that. You've been deceived, and you're going to keep being deceived, and you're going to keep being broken up. The united part of the states is pretty much gone, and we're going to be getting invaded this next month by those foreigners they're bringing in to weaken us further. This diversity, this mixing the melting pot, that's all an ancient war technique from Assyria. You read the Bible, you realize that the Assyrians, after their 3 incursions into northern Israel, brought and deportation of the Israelites, brought in populations that they had conquered elsewhere. And they brought in a whole mix of populations that they knew were not going to get along very well. And they knew that they would keep the society weak. That's what they do with this diversity, is they keep us weak. As far as what's going on in the Ukraine and this mainstream media, we need to take down all of these big corporations. We shouldn't allow a corporation to exist in the real America, in the new America. Just to give you an example, these big cell phone carriers, they've got secret contracts that the government can't tell us about. The government can't even reveal the nature of these contracts because the government could never monitor us, but the cell phone carriers do. They monitor your email messages. They monitor your phone calls. And when something comes up, they report it to the government. Lenin would have been proud to have had the surveillance state that we have. By the way, police officers out there, I ran into an officer the other day, and he wasn't very friendly. As a matter of fact, he let me know, he fully informed me, without saying a word, because I read things, folks. He let me know that our police have been hyper-militarized. They're hyper-militarized against us. They're trained that you and I are the enemy. Oh, yeah, white supremacists. Yeah, white guy, the evil man of the world. I got to go, folks. I'm on too much of a rant here. I'm going to get back with you in a little bit. What you need to understand is that you better start exercising. You better be willing to give up your standard of living, because if you're not, the jackasses in Washington, D.C. are going to do the all-out war thing because they don't know what else to do. They're dumbasses. They don't know what they're doing. And, oh, by the way, boys and girls, the Khazarians are manipulating all parties behind the scenes. They've got us all divided against each other. They've got this country stuff going on, and they're laughing with glee because the more chaos they give us, the better they like it. What a way to start the day, folks. American troops are in Mariupol. British troops are in Mariupol. French troops are in Mariupol. NATO troops are in Mariupol, and they're trying to get those jackasses out so they can hide the fact they've already been waging war against Russia. The NATO-Russian war's been going on. This war and stuff's got to stop, folks, and either we mind our P's and Q's and we turn inward, or we're done for. So we have to take care of ourselves. Europe is done. They screwed up. We have to back off of the rest of the world. Give up this empire. I want all of our boys home. I want them on the borders. More importantly than our boys and our military on our border, I want our militias restored. It's the only way we're going to make it through these next few days is we need our militias, And we have to be careful they don't get provoked. I'm sorry, folks, but by Black Lives Matter, or by who are those other people that have been down there causing all this trouble, by the communists among us, good day.